Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 2 Crystal Souls. We are just about ready to go find and confront the final boss of the game. But first, a bit of loot roundup. Let's see, we've still got the Brew of Battle. I haven't used that. Also the Brew of Iron Skin. The main loot that I picked up from the Halls of Chaos, in addition to the Blessed Athame, of course, are a magic broadsword, magic plate, and a wand of death. Probably don't have any need to use these because I already have pretty good armor and weapons from all of the other game quests and looting. I might go back and drop these off at the castle for the Greater Exile Armory at some point. As for why we're over here on this remote island, I thought that I was going to make sure that I'd showed this little dungeon off. But it looks like I've already done it. I just forgot about it. It's pretty small and has not a whole lot of impact on the plot. So yeah. Black cube. Inside is a labyrinth and Empire spy base with some Vanitai. They're dead now. But I'm also over here because it is a relatively convenient spot to get to that spell point supercharging spring. If I can remember how to get there. Excellent. And now, back to the civilized lands of exile. Alright then. Well, I could certainly spend even more time grinding up my stats, making sure I've got all manner of potions and cool tools available to me, but honestly, I think we're just about ready for the final dungeon here. So, let's go. Vag-Ob Tor. You struggle through the portal to find yourself very deep in Empire lands. So deep we're in a teeny tiny little tunnel. When you reach this dead end, a shimmering form appears before you. It's a glowing, translucent... well, it's like a human, but taller and much more beautiful. Is it an elf? It approaches, hands outstretched, and says, "Do not be afraid. I am not a harmful spirit. I was imprisoned here by the foul demon lord Greyhoth, now deceased. Until I can escape, I help those who come near as best I can." It makes a few brief motions with its hands, and a portal appears. This area is filled with many evil creatures, many of them demons. If you wish to return to your safer lands, enter this portal. The portal looks stable enough. The glowing figure nods and says, "If you ever need my help in escaping, please return." Then it and the portal disappear. But reappear as soon as we step back on the special dot. Well, that's helpful. We are not trapped here, wherever here is. You are at the entrance to a very well-concealed secret passage. From here, you see a horrible, blasted wasteland of sulfur and ash. Bats and imps circle, howling overhead. To the north, past an enormous chasm, you see an enormous black fortress. Indeed we do. You are at the south end of an enormous, narrow, twisty passage of basalt. At the north end is a sight that makes you think you must be in hell. A fortress, smooth, angular, and black, surrounded with skeletons, skulls, and small hordlings. Garzahd, you arrogant bastard, you've taken over Greyhoff's old castle. Across this chasm, you see a seemingly endless hell of magma, ash, and bands of roving demons. Dozens, if not hundreds of imps fly over the chasm, climbing, diving, and eating bats. Flying over the chasm would be very dangerous. Well, that sounds like something we should try out, doesn't it? The imps circling over the chasm see you and decide to have some fun with you. A mob of them encircles you, grabs you, holds on until your flight spell wears off, and then lets go. Not the best joke, perhaps, but they seem to find it hilarious. Guess we can't explore that way. So, Garzahd has left this big pit here, but he has at least installed a bridge over this gap. Hello. On the ramparts of the fortress, off in the distance, you see a lone figure watching you cross. As you reach the end of the bridge, it waves what looks like a staff, and a massive magical barrier springs up before you, blocking your path. Before you can react to this, however, something else appears on the bridge, between you and the barrier. It's Rentar Irno, Vanatai Archmage. What's more, she is holding the crystal soul of Catherine Bach. She holds the crystal aloft, and for the first time, you see what power resides in the Vanatai's ancestors, and what the fuss was about. It starts to glow like a tiny sun. Then, Rentar Irno starts to glow as well, but not as brightly. Their glows merge and attain blinding brightness. Then a beam of light and fire flies from them into the barrier, and through it, slashing into it, cutting it right down the middle. The assault is too much for it. It dissipates. The glow disappears. Rentar turns to you and says, "This is my assistance. Go now and slay Garzahd, and I will aid you again." And then she disappears. You look for the man on the ramparts, but he's gone. Oh boy. You reach the other end of the stone bridge, and stand before the towering black walls of Garzahad's fortress. Suddenly, with a deafening rumble, the bridge behind you twists and buckles. Massive stalagmites now block your escape. Alarmed, you look around, and soon see your foe. Hovering above you is the insubstantial form of Garzahd, Archmage and Supreme Commander of the Empire forces in exile. The apparition speaks. "Welcome, fools. Welcome to my home. You have eluded us well and done much damage, and for that I commend you. In return, you will have the honor of dying at my hand." Garzahd fades, leaving his final words echoing in the air. "So come to me. You have no choice." Eep. Okay, it looks like we are not actually able to get out of this dungeon once we enter. By the way, I did a little experimenting off-screen, and it turns out we cannot access this place until we make friends with Rentar Irno and get her to promise assistance by rescuing at least Catherine Bach and probably 2 of the crystal souls, I would guess. On the ramparts of the fortress, off in the distance, you see a lone figure watching you cross. As you reach the end of the bridge, it waves what looks like a staff, and a massive magical barrier springs up before you, blocking your path. You have never seen a field so large and so powerful. It reaches towards you with fiery tendrils, hoping to pull you in and destroy you. You back away, not wanting to give it the chance. This is magic well beyond anything you've seen. You will not be able to pass this barrier without considerable assistance. So I guess that one is so strong that even quickfire can't put a dent in it. But now, back to the main event. Well, how about that? The door's actually open this time. And we've got a welcoming committee. Since it is the endgame final dungeon, maybe I can try out a few of these arrows of light. Oh, that's powerful. Okay, clearly I should be using my arrows of light on the big bad demons farther into the room. Okay, need to be closer to use Ravaged Spirit. Oh! Okay, so there's a Doomguard. Also, yeah, I had the Lifesaver Amulet on Morwen due to events from the previous episode. That was a good idea. This first battle is not going so very well so far. Exile doesn't really have a way to do Fireball, huh? Prismatic Wand. Okay, Prismatic Wand is good against spirits. Wait a sec, with range that limited... Oh! I've got another character capable of casting Ravaged Spirit. Awesome. Oh, come on, don't miss. Aha! Let's maybe try this again, but better. Yoo-hoo! Sure, let's go with that. I should start putting some of my fire-resistant gear on. I will deal with the Doomguard after the Hekai this time. Ugh, how much health do you guys have? About that much, I guess. Resisted? How dare? Oh, I can't equip our... Oh, that's bad.
Cool.
Okay, somewhat less danger of imminent death. Yes, Doomguard, very doomy. Is this going to do what I want? Yeah, no. Also, who is breaking barriers? Okay. Other tactics. There we go. A little more careful positioning here. What, did you think I wasn't going to use Shockwave? Okay then, that's the first room taken care of, I think. Ooh, free medium energy potion. Yes, please. Mung Demon and Hakai. Who's fighting who there? Oh, this room looks a tiny bit more friendly, perhaps. This short passage has a single large gold rune set in the floor. When you get near it, it flashes a hot, angry red. You remember hearing that a magical athame can cut runes, draining their magical powers. However, it's a risky business. We do have a magical athame. But what happens if I were to come here without one? The moment you step near this rune, it throws a searing blast of energy towards you. You manage to get past it, but not before taking serious damage. Well, holy butts. Let's not do that. You jump forward, athame first. The rune flares white-hot and sends a wave of heat at you. The athame scrapes across the sigil, defacing it. Its magic fades, but not before you receive serious burns. Nah, that's not serious. That, on the other hand, might be. How shall I deal with this one? Find out next time, and have a good one, everybody.